Good morning, dear children. I am Jyotirendra Das. We will start 9th class physics lesson 2, motion in one dimension. This is second chapter and this is my first video, and I hope so many videos yet to come for this particular lesson. First we will know what is motion and what is the motion in one dimension. To understand the literary meaning of motion in one dimension, first we should know what is dimension is. Dimension can be of three types, as you can see here. 1D, it's referred to length, and when we talk about 2D, it is length and breadth, and when we talk about 3D, it is length, breadth and height. Okay, so 1D means it is only in a single dimension. Length, that is a line. Okay, so motion in one dimension refers to, first we should know the meaning of motion also. So when we come to the meaning of motion, let us know about what is motion and what is rest. As here the definition is written by me, you can find here, if a body changes its position with respect to its surrounding is known as motion, and while if a body do not change its position with respect to its surrounding, then it is called rest. So if a body with the passage of time changes its position with respect to the surrounding, then we call it is a motion. Okay, motion means with the passage of time a body should change its position with respect to the surrounding. Suppose a train is in the platform. When the time of departure comes, the train leaves the station. So the platform, station, and the people, those who are not traveling, remain back and the train go forward. So previously the train is in a particular station, now the train is not in the station. It changed its surrounding, it is in somewhere else. So you find that is called motion. So if a body changes its position with respect to the surrounding, then we call it as motion. But we find a tree, a building, a monument, a temple, a mosque. These things, they never change their position. They remain always fixed to a position. So years, days passed, months passed and years passed, they remain in the same position. That indicate that they are not changing their position with respect to their surrounding with the passage of time. That indicate that it is a rest body. So monuments, building, even our school, these all are the rest bodies. So bodies, those who are moving or in motion, they must change their position with respect to the surrounding. But the body which are at rest, they should remain same position, added to the same position with respect to the surrounding. They should not change their position with the passage of time. So you find here, motion in one dimension means, its meaning is motion in one dimension when we are talking about, so motion of a body in a straight line. Motion in one dimension means motion of a body in a straight line. How? When we say dimension means it is length. Length means if a body moves in a straight line only, then we call the motion of the body in one dimension or in a straight line. Okay, so today's topic, as you know, that motion in one dimension means, its total meaning, literary meaning is, you can find the body when moves in a straight line, we call motion in one dimension or motion in a straight line. Today we also discuss some of the terms that related to the motion. The first one you find here, motion and rest also. The terms related to it, as well as I already explained to you motion and rest is what, and I will explain you now what is a scalar, vector, distance and displacement. These are some more terms related to the motion. These are some more terms related to the motion. Scalar. What do you mean by scalar? The things which are having only magnitude but no direction. Such type of quantities are called scalar quantity. Example, you can find 5 kilo rice. 5 kilo rice it only says the quantity, that is 5 kilogram. It never says about anything about the direction. So it is a scalar. So mass is a scalar. So you can find such type of many more examples you can go for. Time is a scalar. So vector means what? Vector quantity is a quantity that has that preserving you can find the magnitude also as well as a direction. That means it have magnitude as well as a direction. Scalar means only magnitude, vector means magnitude as well as a direction. Okay, so vector quantities are, if I say Mohan running due east 5 kilometer. Due east 5 kilometer means towards the direction of east he is running for 5 kilometer. That indicate that Mohan is running towards his direction. So there is a direction is mentioned, so we talk about the vector quantity. So vector quantities are not only having the magnitude but also they have the direction. So vectors are always having magnitude with direction, but the scalars are having only magnitude. Magnitude is means, magnitude's meaning is only the value. Okay, 5 kilogram, 1 hour, such things are generally known as only magnitude, the value, but they don't say about anything about the timing or direction or other things. Okay, so some more terms are, now you can find distance and displacement. What is the distance and what is the displacement? Distance is again a scalar quantity. Distance is always positive. Distance is never zero and never negative. It is the actual path followed by a body with the passage of time, and during a unit time, the actual path followed by a body. And displacement is, you can find it is having the magnitude as well as a direction. That is the shortest length between 2 points or 2 locations. Distance is the actual path followed. Displacement is the shortest length between the 2 locations. So to find out the shortest length between the 2 locations, we can go for such an example here. Okay, this is point A. Okay, and here is a point B, and here point C. Okay, now what the point A is doing, Mohan from point A started its motion and moving to C and then to B. So you can find here, if I find the distance between the A to B, then you can find the actual path followed by Mohan to go from A to B. Okay, but if I want the same thing, or if I want to explain the same thing as a displacement, the shortest length between A to B, its meaning is A to B, if Mohan want to go, then he must move from A to B in a shortest path. That is, there must be a direction A to B. So A to B, the shortest length, that is called displacement. But this one, you can see, it is the actual path followed, so it is called distance.